Hello, this is Beta Ray Ben for Pixel Spank, and welcome to another exciting new thing. I've got a box of memorabilia, and we'll just take a look at it. This is stuff I pulled out of my shed. Now, I had a very full up shed, and I had three boxes, three sections. There was stuff I was going to throw away, stuff I was going to keep and I really liked, and then stuff kind of in the middle. This is the stuff that's kind of in the middle. I haven't looked at it for a while, so I don't really know what's in there. I've just kind of dragged it out. First thing I see, like straight on the top, is this folder, which says The Simpsons on the front. Simpsons collector's cards. I don't know if you're familiar with Simpsons collector's cards. This is filthy, apart from anything else. I'm looking at this. I've never really looked much at this picture on the front of this. There's a kangaroo in the middle. It's just, is this from when they went to Australia? I don't know, it just looks like they're sort of in the general outfits they wear when they go on holiday places, but I don't know. This was, my friend gave me this one year for my birthday. He said, yeah, I was at a car boot sale and I saw this and I didn't really know what it was. I thought it could be something, and I've never really looked at it, but it's just a bunch of like collecting cards. This is obviously someone's collection, but it's pretty in depth. Like they've got the big five, you know, the actual Simpsons and Abe in there. There's a little fact file on the back on Bart's. There's AKA Alberto, his address. Has a huge repertoire of practical jokes and devious methods of revenge. His antics include everything from kidnapping to international espionage. He has helped his hero Krusty the Clown on no less than 4 occasions. Says I carumba and I didn't do it. Date of birth 10 years ago. Expiry date as soon as possible. Conditions needs a bootin'. Oh, it's a tourist permit for Australia on the back. So he helped Krusty on 4 occasions. I figure we can use that to date this, like when it actually came out. How do did these even come out of this? I've never... they come out the front. Yeah, it's like just a cardboard trading card. Did it come in gum? Did the previous owner buy them like this? I'll keep them in the ring binder, that'll make it easy. So on the front, he's got Homer, Marge, Abe, yeah. And then at the bottom, Milhouse, Uta, and Ralph Wiggum. So it's not in alphabetical order. There's no real logic to it. I'll turn it around. You got Waylon Smithers, Mr. Burns. He's a big character. But then you got Mr. Largo and just Teenage Clerk above Itchy and Scratchy, who should be... I don't know if there's any logic to the order of this collection. I wonder, there's probably numbers on the cards. Yeah, they are numbered. The cards are numbered. Jesus Christ. Wow. So, yeah, then you got sort of more background characters. You got Lionel Hutz with grey hair, weirdly. He has brown hair, doesn't he? The 2 police officers. There's a picture of them out of uniform, and it's so weird. Princess Cashmere, Sideshow Bob. Still dressed like Sideshow Bob. Troy McClure, dead now. Cletus and Brandine, they don't get one each for some reason. So that's the character cards. And then it just cuts to like scenes. And not like particularly famous scenes either. Like this one's just Australia, and then it's someone pointing to Australia. In fact, these are all scenes from the Australia episode, I think. Because there's this one where they're racing the toothpaste around the thing and he's watching it spin the other way. And they also Bart versus Australia on them. They one specific episode trading cards, and there's like 40 of them. In fact, yeah, even these are all from that one episode. That's really weird. I think this entire binder is specifically full of Bart versus Australia trading cards. Oh, look at this at the back. There's like a group shot. That's... Christ, you'd be livid if... I presume these were sold in packs, but maybe not. But if you just got one of these and the one you got was a bit of Skinner's face and Krusty's crotch and possibly Marge's hair, that would be an annoying one. fact, the way it's cut off, it makes me think it might be, maybe there's more to it than this, and it's not a 9x9. It's actually like 20x20. Could well be, actually, because thinking about it, you'd have Marge in there, but she's not in the shot. Lisa's like front and centre. What else have we got? Oh, in fact, no, on the back of that, it's Bart doing the blackboard joke. I will not hang donuts on my person. I will not hang donuts on my person. That could be from the Australia episode. It's oddly specific. This is now an entire episode of me looking at trading cards from Bart versus Australia. Oh, hang on, these ones at the back are different. They actually look like nicer cards as well. I think they're a bit thicker. Yeah, so this is the Moe's Tavern one. Kind of reads like a business card, but also like a leaflet from like a tourist info thing. Owner Mo Sislak. Real owner, Fat Tony's Card Club for legitimate businessmen. That's a bit of trivia I didn't know, and probably is made up for the card, honestly, because I don't think that's ever been mentioned in the show, and I'm pretty good at knowing these things. If anything, it doesn't make any sense, because you always see Moe's back room, and it's always like Chinese mafia smuggling pandas, which I feel it would be Fat Tony's opposition. So there's one for... So there's 6 location cards in here. There's Moe's Tavern, fair enough. Springfield Elementary School. The Simpsons family home, yeah. Nuclear power plant, yeah. The Quickie Mart, I'll give you all those. And there's also the statue of Jebediah Springfield, which is not really a location. It's more a feature in one episode. Yeah. Artist requests anonymity. That's hard to say. I hate that word. And then at the bottom, there's just other weird stuff. There's one that's just Homer as Captain James Cook, the man who discovered Australia, of course. Looking at the back of these, it says at the bottom, 1996, Tempo Trading Cards, Australia. Did someone in Australia get rights to make Simpsons trading cards, and they just made them all based on one episode? Yeah, it says Homer as James Cook. And then there's one at the very end, just a nice picture of the family. Ah, this is an intriguing one. It says what it is on the back. It says, the Simpsons Collector Down Under cards, or the Simpsons Down Under Collector cards. I think the episode was either called Bart versus Australia or the Simpsons Down Under. All one word, obviously. America's Most Nuclear Simpsons promo number 4. They're in weirdly good condition. And then there's a card which advertises the card company. Established in October 1995, Tempo Trading Cards has become Australia's most innovative non-sport collectible card manufacturer. That's a hell of a in quotes, isn't it, at the bottom? Non-sport collectible card manufacturer. With sports cards to enter the Tempo collection shortly. Oh, so they're going to do sports cards. We look forward to bringing collectors the best quality collectibles. Look for the forthcoming release of Whispering Jack, I Am Australian, Rugrats, The World of Barbie, Australia Music Collectors, and Wind in the Willows. That is an odd set. That is a really odd set. And there's some at the back as well. These are his doubles, I reckon. Yeah, because I've seen these before. Whoever had this set, they obviously had all of these, and then at the back, just the ones he got in double. There's another. Actually, no, there's not, because there's a Homer in the front. Right, there's the Homer in the front up there. Out of the lights, you can kind of see it, I think. Then at the back, it's a different Homer though. And on the back of this one, it's Simpsons Downloaded Collector Cards, out now, collect the whole set. This looks to me like a promo card or something. But the other ones are just spare cards. The fact that there's spares tells me that this wasn't a case of like you know, you subscribe to a magazine, they send you one each week, which would be a bit much, wouldn't it, for 90 odd cards. You buy booster packs and it's random, which means someone collected this whole set. Is this character cards? Check it out, Bart vs Australia. Yeah, these cards here. Yeah, here we go. This is the caveat. So that's how many cards have I got here? Have I got a whole set? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pages. So there's 11 pages, 11 times 9, what's that, about 1,099? There's 99 cards. So I definitely haven't got a whole set, because it says on here there's, oh no, well hang on. Well, they're in order. Let me just get a rough idea of the order of these. Ben discovers he's sitting on a gold mine. Yeah, these lot are all in order. So up to 92, there's at least, no, 95 there. I reckon he's got all of these. It looks like all of them. So there's character cards, Homer Simpson, Marge Simpson, Snake, Ruth Powers. Yeah, they're all there. Bruno with his Member of Parliament. Bruno on the fight. That's from the film, this show. Taurus Springfield. Got all of them. Then there's a tempo card. Checklist 1, checklist 2, and checklist 3. That's these. Oh, the tempo card is that one of Homer, I reckon. Doesn't say that on there. I feel tempo means something, but I don't know what. Oh no, the tempo card was that one that's the company's called Tempo. Yeah. But then, confusingly, there's an additional card here. Like this is the bonus card that's supposed to have the 7 Duffs, which we haven't seen. They're the characters from Duff World who dress up as Duff Balls. You know, sleazy, tipsy, dizzy, edgy, surly, queasy, and remorseful. And then the Redemption set, which has Redemption card, America's Most Nuclear Family, which is this one. Which is just a picture of them. It says America's Most Nuclear Family on the back. A certification card, a Batarang exchange card. When Bart becomes Bartman, does he have a Batarang? And then box cards, Party, Scream, Bart's Butt, and Surfing Dude. I feel these are supposed to be in some kind of position, and I assume whoever owned these either died or he left them in his parents' basement and didn't want them anymore. Let's pretend he died, because there's an odd tragedy to that. So, yeah, it's a weird set, isn't it? Let's go through it again. There's the picture of the Springfielders. There's scenes just from the episode, and oddly specific ones. That's the one where he's polishing the boot for the booting. It's the one where the frogs are taking over. That's a good shot. Let's grab a character card, because they're the more interesting ones. Who's the best character? Let's go with Nick Riviera. No, Troy McClure. Troy. I heart Troy McClure. This is a fan club membership card, is what this is, I reckon. Troy McClure. Troy has starred in such films as The Greatest Story Ever Hooled and The Heroic Adventures of Hercules. He specialises in narrating self-help videos such as Get Confident, Stupid, and Smoke Yourself Thin. Troy is wheeled in for every occasion. Says, "Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such films as Hitler Doesn't Live Here Anymore and It's a Wonderful Belt." There's not really any clever writing to the back of that one, because Troy McClure is such a great character. All they need to do is list off some of his past work, and that's fine. Let's look at Sideshow Bob, voiced by Kelsey Grammer. This is a prison ID. All the backs of them are like, individually designed and made for that character. It almost, when you leaf through it, it kind of looks like if you've ever tried to buy business cards from an online company where they give you all the templates. It looks a bit like that, but good, you know. Sideshow Bob, prisoner name, Sideshow Bob. Real name, Bob Terwilliger. English Master Thespian and criminal number 24601 at Springfield Penitentiary. After playing second banana to Krusty the Clown for years, Bob successfully framed Krusty by impersonating him during a Quickie Mart robbery. It's funny that it's armed robbery that he frames him for to start with, and it's of a convenience store. It's so minor. He attempts to incriminate Krusty, were foiled by his archenemy Bart Simpson. He married Selma and tried to kill her for the insurance money. Again, his plot was failed. He now has Die Bart, Die tattooed on his chest. It's German for the Bart. The, obviously. No one who speaks German could be evil. It's quite good. Who else? Principal Skinner, he's got a good backstory, hasn't he? Will they ever mention the Arm and Tanzarian bit on the bit here? Name, Seymour Skinner. Level, Principal. It's a hall pass, this one. Springfield school leader who lives with his mother and for this reason isn't allowed to have girlfriends. His greatest fear is Superintendent Chalmers. Skinner is on a permanent quest to maintain order, which is constantly under threat due to Bart Simpson's practical jokes. Subsequently, Skinner has been humiliated in most conceivable ways. A £100 tomato exploding on his butt, a weather balloon launched with a picture of his butt, etc. Says quiet and wash basin fresh. I don't think he's really known for saying that, is he? I think they were kind of reaching. There's a good chance that when they were initially writing these, every character had to have a quote at the bottom, and they got to Skinner and they're like, all his dialogue's unique. It doesn't work. There you go. Went in there, didn't he? Right, there's got to be a character in here that has the least going on for him. I would say Uta, because he's actually, I don't think he's ever really featured as a character. It's just a few punchlines. But because he's got a backstory of being German exchange, that's probably too much. Yeah, it's an exchange student permit, his one. Not a lot going on for the pet. Snowball 2 in particular is kind of a weak one. But how about Teenage Clerk? He doesn't even have a name. What have they written for him? Bag Boy Club. Bag Boy number 1. A young, pimply teenager who bags groceries at the local supermarket. While bagging Selma's groceries, she makes small talk with the kid, which isn't easy, as his conversation skills leave something to be desired. And then asks if he'd like to continue the conversation over dinner. He lies and says it's against store policy. Says paper or plastic. Remember, paper or plastic, because it's kind of it's like a badge boy's instruction thing. Bag boy, even. That's if memory serves, when he says that about its store policy, like his manager just very loudly next to him goes, "No, it's not," which I always found hilarious. Lionel Hutz, he's bound to have a good one. He's such a great character, isn't he? Lawyers Are Us. This is a business card, so that one. Name, Lionel Hutz, aka Miguel Sanchez. I think he gets pulled up on charges, doesn't he? And he has different names. A flair for the dramatic lawyer who specialises in the art of enhanced testimony. Great believer in surprise witnesses. Despite his unorthodox methods, Hutz has never won a case. In fact, during one notable trial, he managed to plea bargain a client's parking ticket into the death penalty. He's turned on by the siren call in an ambulance, says, "Ching, ching, ching. I think we can cash in on this tragedy," while pursuing the ambulance. I don't remember him ever saying that particularly, but it's on the card, so it must be true. It's 50-50, isn't it, with a load of cards? Like, there's either they're entirely worthless, or there's a lot of people who think they are worth something, but really they are entirely worthless. They wouldn't do this sort of thing now. It's like a whole set of cards for a single episode. It was a good episode, don't get me wrong. It gave us Dollary Doos and Knifey Spoony and other such classics. Let's look at one of these. This is a picture of the Australian flag. I think it's an arse being booted. Suddenly a loud repeated thud rattles the walls. The whole room stops and turns towards the double doors, which open to reveal a muscle-bound Australian wearing one huge boot. He walks menacingly up to Bart. What kind of a sick country would kick someone with a giant boot? Conover urges Homer to be quiet, as disparaging the boot is a bootable offence. He claims it is one of their proudest traditions and gestures over the Australian flag, which shows a Union Jack and a large boot kicking a bare butt. Bart is bent over by the Prime Minister. Bart is bent over by the Prime Minister as the man with the boot approaches and winds up to kick Bart. And then there's the scene of Bart about to be booted by the big booted man, which is a classic scene. It's not great image quality. It's clearly just it's just from the episode. It's not fresh artwork, but it looks somehow wrong. I mean, it was standard definition. It's never been remastered, so obviously this is only going to be that. But all the other artwork's better. I feel it was made for the cards, but these ones from the episode look a little bit low quality, like VHS, weirdly. It's hard to describe. There we go. Character cards, yeah. This whole thing is so weird to me. That there's a whole set of cards based around a single episode, a good episode, mind you, of The Simpsons. But does that mean that somewhere out there that there's like 100 cards for every episode? Well, that'd be dumb though, because the first load of cards aren't really from the episode. They're just characters. The backs are kind of from the episodes, but not really. It's a weird thing. So that was this set of The Simpsons trading cards. Even the title, it's got Marge is blocking out the trading card thing. I wonder, the folder's a bit weird. Do you think the folder came with the set, or you send off for this when you've completed the set? It's printed on the folder. It's not an insert. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for more objects of interest from the box. The box is down here. You'll never see the box.